and welcome back to the yet another enlightening session of Time to Shine. This is your host Ruksar Sayed, and today I'm in conversation with Dr. Priyadarshini Lingaraj. She's a renowned specialist gynecologist with over decades of experience in advancing women's health and wellness. Welcome, Dr. Priya, on my show, and I'm so glad to connect with you today.
Hi, Ruxar, and hello, everyone. And it's indeed a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much. So, Dr. Priya Darshini, when we talk about women's health, there are so many issues, coming in our mind and myths as well, like PCOS, thyroid, PCOD. So, with over decades of experience as you have in women's health, what significant changes have you observed in this field of gynecology?
All right. So this over having over a decade of experience in gynecology, we have seen two different aspects. One is the positive trend, and one is the negative trend. The positive trend is, because of the advancements in the healthcare, we are able to diagnose conditions faster, quicker, and also there are advanced treatment options for various problems. But the main disadvantage that we see is there is an overall a global trend in the change of lifestyle, in the change of diet pattern, and also in the change of understanding of the various problems. So this has literally put healthcare people like me in a lot of dilemma as to how to approach these kind of people. See, for example, a problem like PCOS, which was not very common a decade back, is really boomed up now.
Yes,
So
yes.
we have to fight the problem. We have to look into the environmental issues which lead to such problem, and also we need to fight across with the social media also, which is most of the time we find wrong information, so people are believing that and following that. So
Yes.
we as healthcare providers really have that challenge placed in front of us. So
Exactly.
always that aspect needs to be addressed, to make the healthcare system better in the future. That is one thing that really needs to be addressed with.
Yes. So moving further, can you discuss some of the most common health issues women face today and how it can be, positively addressed?
All right. Now, if you take the gynecological problem or any women per se, we divide it into two basically. One is all related to pregnancy and pregnancy
Yes.
complications and delivery. The other major chunk forms gynecology, where the woman comes across with a various problem that's affecting her uterus, ovaries, and her reproductive system. Now, one topic that has really been of interest right now is on PCOS. PCOS is
Yes.
basically a hormonal disturbance, and invariably, out of every 10 women who walk in, 5 to 6 are affected with PCOS. So it's so
Exactly.
common nowadays. And this is really becoming a challenge because we need to address the root cause and we need to treat it correctly.
Yes. And
If the
one thing
root
is
cause
that
is
women are unable to recognize the symptoms and,
true,
they get diagnosed
exactly.
very lately. So that's the issue.
Yes, that's right. That's because various methodologies have been used to classify them. People are
Yes.
not aware of what's happening. People think that you take a pill and you'll be cured of it. Well, it's not going to be so simple,
That's
right?
what. Yes.
This is basically a man-made disease. We
Okay.
have to say that our lifestyle, the food that you choose
Affects a
to
lot.
eat, the way
Yes.
you
Yes.
want to
Yes.
live, plays a major role.
Yes, it affects a lot. What we eat,
Yes.
what we do, whether if we don't do exercise at all, or even a walk. So that will
Yes.
affect us negatively in return.
True. Like nowadays, you find kids, once they reach their 15s and when they're in their teens, they are more interested in studying. We
Yes,
have people sitting, right round the clock sitting and studying. What they eat, it's a chips that's going in, it's a chocolate that's going in, and no food at all,
that's what.
nothing nutritious.
And
So what
in
happened is when, yeah,
yes,
go
yes.
ahead.
Yeah, in the era of social media, even kids nowadays, they are so very engrossed in watching reels or videos. They don't
Yes,
find time at all
exactly.
to, do exercise or even going for gym.
Gym, true. So from 15, by the time they reach their 20s, they are
Yes,
having full-blown hormone disturbance. So this
exactly.
full-blown hormone disturbance, the most common one that we come across is PCOS. Though there can be many other things, this is one thing it needs to be addressed. Right from the beginning, it has to be told, a good education has to be given to the parents as well as for these children so that, we are having healthy individuals in the future.
Exactly. Exactly. So moving forward, Dr. Priyadarshini, women's health is often a topic surrounded by stigma, as we discussed just now, and it is like a misinformation has been spread among many people. Either it can be friends or a women who have half knowledge about certain concept, and they just spread misinformation about that. So, what are some myths among those you want to debunk? You would like to debunk?
Sure. See, many a times what happens when any woman walks in, I ask them, what is your problem? So what is it that's bothering you? First thing she says, I have PCOS.
Hmm.
So I ask her, okay, all right. So what is it that's bothering you? No, no, I have PCOS. So they come in with the diagnosis.
Yes.
How did they diagnose themselves? We don't know. Okay. So the social media plays a big role. Families, friends, and getting information from a lot many people. The people are already diagnosing themselves with a condition. So when they come, half diagnosed and having half the knowledge of what is happening, then it gets very difficult for us because they don't get
Exactly.
convinced with what we are trying to tell them, right? So
Exactly.
one common thing that I see, any woman who has got irregular cycle, they say you have PCOS, but it's not. Having irregular cycle can be a part of PCOS, but it is not completely that it's only PCOS. So first of all, what is PCOS? It is basically a hormone disturbance. These hormones are produced in every woman's body and it has to work in an equilibrium. So whenever the equilibrium is lost, the woman is diagnosed to have PCOS, right? So this can affect in so many ways. The most common one, yes, they will have menstrual disturbances, but if you have menstrual disturbance, you need to go check for other causes also to rule out that. Secondly, very commonly seen, okay, you have PCOS, then you will not get pregnant. This is very, very commonly
I
seen.
was about to say this thing that women has that kind of, thing in mind that we cannot conceive if we have
Can't see.
PCOS.
Yes. No, it
Yes,
is not like that. Having PCOS means that your ovary function is, a bit. It needs more stimulation to work normally. Okay, but that
yes,
doesn't mean that you're not going to get conceived. Now, ovary is the egg bag, and your egg bag is storing all the eggs. There are millions of eggs inside, and a single egg is enough to make a baby. So the whole idea is if you can understand what is your problem and get it treated well, then there is no difficulty in conception. We have had PCOS women successfully conceived without any kind of treatment and they went on to have a normal pregnancy and a normal delivery.
that's wonderful.
So do not ever think that having PCOS means you're not going to have a baby. No, it's never like that.
Yeah, and that
Another thing that
they
yes,
have
yes,
a fear also of being judged. That if they tell their
yes,
family members or friends that they are facing issues, hormonal disorders, or PCOS, they will judge that you cannot conceive. So that
conceive.
is the reason, they don't go to doctors as well.
It has a very, very bad psychological impact on these women.
Yes, yes,
They don't speak out. They don't speak out. The body habitus changes. And
yes,
when the body habitus changes, they lack their self-confidence also. So
yes,
that is something that is of concern, of late, which really needs to be addressed in all these women.
yes,
Many a
and
times I've seen people, I'm
yes,
I'm hitting the gym, I'm not eating anything, I'm not able to lose weight. And I asked, okay, why? The girl is actually going to be a very, very slim girl who's walking in. Then I asked, okay,
mm,
fine. Then what is the issue? No, my friend told if you lose weight, your PCOS will go. There's nothing like that. We have had very lean women still having PCOS. So
yes,
understand that, the whole idea is you need to have a healthy lifestyle. Your diet and your lifestyle must suit in such a way that your body is accepting it.
yes,
So the whole point is don't starve yourself. Don't starve yourself. Don't get rid of all the nutrition which you're actually supposed to have. That makes it easier.
exactly. And as mental health is deeply interconnected with physical health, how do you incorporate mental wellness into your practice?
Yeah, this is something that's very close to my heart because I make the point that you are mentally fit, you are mentally fine to handle yourself. Okay, mental illness or mental well-being, to put it in other way, mental well-being is very, very essential. Okay, your thought about how you are going to do a thing, the way you're going to get motivated to do a thing, let it be taking your routine healthcare or tackling with a disease or even doing your day-to-day activities, the mental health plays a great role.
Yes.
So usually what I tend to do is I have a separate questionnaire where I try to assess the mental health status also of the women, and sometimes we get to find out by the way they talk. And when we're having a woman who has not been having any kind of checkups for some or the other illnesses for a very long time, then we understand, yes, there is something wrong basically in the background. So for those subset of women, we do an additional preparation to understand their mental health status and see what best can benefit them. Sometimes they are just very simple OPD terminologies, make them sit for another extra 5 minutes and they seem to be fine. There are few people who require additional counseling also. So in those cases, yes, we do refer them. But most of the time, we try to keep it in the OPD, give them a little bit of an extra time, call them up for frequent visits. That is how they feel comfortable about it. Exploring their concerns, making them to speak out what is actually bothering them, let it be the disease or let it be anything else. So when they speak out, half the problems get solved there.
Understood.
And PCOS, hormone disturbance people, they really have a lot of mental issues. Depression and anxiety is very, very common in them.
It is connected to PCOS, like,
True.
yes. So, doctor, what is your one piece of advice for all the women out there who fear or who has lack of interest, to visit a doctor if they have any health concerns, or they deny just because of not having time or not finding time? So, what is your advice to them?
Nothing can be poured out of an empty cup. If you are there to take care of your family, if you think that you are a very, very important member for them, then the first thing is to take care of yourself. If you can take care of yourself, if you are aware of what's happening within you, then you can take very, very a good care of your family members. And this applies to all the women out there.
Exactly.
Anytime any concerns, go visit the doctor. Or even if you don't have a concern, go visit your gynecologist yearly once. Get yourself
Yes, that's
evaluated
true.
for your breast, for your uterus, and for your cervix. This is important. This is vitally very, very important.
Yes, because
So,
other than hormonal disorders, there are also many other aspects which a woman need to assess, and they need to get it checked. So you said it rightly that every year, even a woman, if she's not facing any issues, she has to get checked just for reassurance that everything is fine or no.
true.
Yes, that's true. So thank you so much, Dr. Priyadarshini, for joining today on my show. And it was so glad to, get connected to you and know so many things. Uh, so I hope
Here.
it will help our viewers as well.
Thank you
Yes,
so much for inviting me in. It's really been a pleasure. I just hope that some woman out there gets benefited out of this. Thank you so
exactly.
much for having me here today.
Exactly. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, dear. Bye bye.